see one. Let me see one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Fredro Starr.
1 2 1 2. Rest in peace to Jam Master J. Rest in peace to Shy Skills. Rest in peace to Big DS from the ghetto. Rest in peace to B Wiz, man. You know what I'm saying? That was the crew. And rest in peace to Fat Steve too. That was the crew behind Back the Fuck Up. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fredro Starr. Make a round of applause right now, all right? So Fredro, you know, is this your first book?
Yeah. You know what? I wrote a kid's book called Little Freddie. You know what I'm saying? It was called The Red Sock, about this kid who he left his red sock in the refrigerator, but he didn't know. He had to go to school, so he was looking here, he was looking there, he was looking everywhere for his red sock. And then the bus came and was like, He was like, yo, with all this running around, I'm thirsty. He went to the refrigerator to get some juice, and he saw his red sock. And that's a true story.
That was you, Little Freddie?
Yeah. So that was my first book, but this book right here is my first book about something that saved my life. This is about love right here. This is love. This is hip hop.
So,
Yeah.
you remember?
Yeah, I remember everything. Mostly everything.
South Jamaica Queens.
Yeah.
What does that mean to hip hop?
We the first to do it from South Jamaica Queens. The first. And we got a lot of stars from South Jamaica Queens. A lot of big rappers, and we got actors. We got musicians. A lot of musicians came from South Jamaica, but Onyx, we connected with Hollis Queens.
That's right.
We put Hollis and Southside together. See, that's what we did. So what Southside means to me is it's where I learned to be a man. It's where I learned how to fight. It's where I learned how to move in a room full of vultures. You know what I mean? I came up through they call it the crack era. And I saw a lot of my brothers and a lot of my family members and a lot of my people that I love get taken away.
Be colorful with it, brother. Tell us what it looked like back then, because if you wasn't there, you wouldn't imagine it.
It was flashy. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it was flashy, and the guys had the jewelry and the cars. You saw the young dudes with the Benzes, the Beamers, and just getting money on the street. You saw the death on the street. You saw pain. You saw it looked like Night of the Limbers. Like it looked like a zombie movie for real. Like it was terrible. And these were people that I know I love, and it took us away, and we had to navigate through that. We was just young kids in South Jamaica Queens, and hip hop saved our life. If it wasn't for Slick Rick and Run DMC and LL, I don't know what I'll be doing.
Just for the record, right across the street is a studio where Jam Master J was killed.
Yeah.
Jam Master J, of course, changed your life. Pulling up today, you think about that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just walked over there and I saw that door and I was like, you know, I haven't seen this Jam Master J studio, man. I haven't been over here in a minute. And you know, this is the guy, you know. I remember the first time we met Jay in a traffic jam. And I was just so excited. I thought I saw Jesus, bro. It's like, I saw him, I was like, yo! We jumped out the car, and he said, come, you can rock. Like, come rock, yo. I don't know anybody who will let somebody in their car, their van, strangers, in a traffic jam. But something put us together. And it had to be God, you know what I mean? It had to be God to put us together. Because he put us together. It wasn't even about music. It wasn't about nothing, because he didn't know me, I ain't know him. But he looked in my eyes, I looked in his eyes, and there was something special between us. And I asked for his phone number. I was scared though. He was like, yo, you get his number now. You get his number. I said, yo, can I get your phone number? He gave me his number. And we was calling Jay a little too much. Jay was like, yo, chill out, yo, so I'm on a tour, man. Just chill out. I'll be back.
That sound like him. You in the book, you talk about him listening to your demo. Can you kind of give us a little excerpt of that?
Well, the day we met Jay, we freestyled for him. So he knew we was rappers, and we told him we was on Profile Records. And I think that impressed him a little bit. Like, yo, these dudes is on Profile. The same record label he was on. How you pull that off?
Right.
Jeff Harris, my manager, we was making those demos in Calliope Studio. Calliope Studio, man, and we had this kid named B Wiz. He was the only kid in Southside with a beat machine. And his father, you know, they had a lot of money because they lived on that part and we lived on this part. So you could tell who was making more money. You know what I'm saying? So he was privileged enough to have that type of stuff. We didn't have that. So we would go to his house and his father would hate that. His father just didn't want us in his house, it seemed like. But he let us rock and we made some demos and, you know, there was this one demo we made because B Wiz got killed. B Wiz got murdered. He went to Baltimore, and like I said, the crack era. He went to go sell crack in Baltimore and never made it back. And I told him, don't go, man. I told him, don't go. He said he sold his beat machine. So we had to find a new producer because we wasn't stopping. Even though we was, this is my man, we wasn't stopping. We met this dude named Fat Steve from Northern Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? He did beats too. He had some shit called Bedroom Beats. And it was bedroom beats with mad trash and shit. And he was like, damn, this nigga real bedroom. Good name for the studio. But he let us rock in his house and we made some demos, man. And we was kind of getting that Onyx thing going on because Leaders of the New School was out and Tribe Called Quest was out and De La Soul was out. And we was just like, yo, when I heard Potholes on My Lawn, changed my life, bro. Like De La Soul don't know how much they changed my life. Tribe Called Quest changed my life, but it was that Potholes in My Lawn, something about that song, man. And the way they did their album with the skits and everything. And we kind of mixed that up with a little bit of the NWA. And we created Onyx. That was kind of like the formula a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And Jay heard our demos, but it was one demo we did called Stick and Move. And Big DS and Suave wasn't in the studio that day. So my cousin Tropical told me to come to the studio and make a record called Stick and Move. We was biting Stick Up Kids is out the tax.
Okay.
We was biting they shit.
We saw Black yesterday.
We was biting Gang Starr shit. They had Stick Up Kids is out the tax. We loved that record, so we made Stick and Move. And we was talking about 8 o'clock in the morning, time to wake up. Another brother getting paid in the way, it's a stick up. No time to even wash my ass. And we was talking about Something Boulevard and all. I'm like, yo, we on something right now. But Jay heard that song Stick and Move, and we changed our style up on that shit. And the reason why we changed our style up on that shit, we went to a show, we saw Leaders in the New School. And this kid named Busta Rhymes. And we was like, this shit called Powerhouse. And Powerhouse's stage was like up. It was like you was looking up like this. And we saw Leaders in the New School. And he was like, yo, shit is about to change, nigga. These niggas changed shit. Who's this Busta Rhymes nigga?
East Coast stomping.
What? So he made shit more aggressive. So we looked at it like Leaders of the New School are the niggas that's cutting class and shit. We the niggas that don't even go to school. Onyx is the grimy niggas. Like, that's how we came at it. Like, y'all gonna be the bad kids in school? We ain't even go to school. Fuck, that's us.
Just watch the N-word.
Oh, my bad.
Got the kids.
Okay. And then Jay heard that song and was like, I want 10 of these records right here. And that's how it was created.
So you said Jay is a special guy. And I always felt that about like a kind of unsung person to Run DMC. Like, he kept everybody together. He had that community about him. He knew what was important. He knew this is a priority. This is what we got to take care of. did he kind of shape you into as an artist as well as shape the music as well?
Yeah, we whatever Jay said, we did mostly. You know what I mean? He was a great leader. We looked up to him. We respected him. We knew he was a legend. I mean, we saw all the movies, man. Crush Groove and Walk This Way. I mean, come on, Run DMC. Y'all know what Run DMC is, right?
Yes.
I mean, this was the biggest thing out, and it's like running. It's like when Kobe joined the Lakers. You know, we was with Def Jam. We was with the biggest label in hip hop. Hold on.
Give it up for Def Jam Records, y'all. Give it up.
We was rolling with Def Jam, and nobody could stop us, man. But so whatever Jay said, we most likely did because we trusted his judgment. But Jay trusted our judgment, and he knew we was bringing something new to the game.
Y'all were the young guys coming up.
Yeah.
What were you doing before you was making records? I know, but a lot of people here know you too, from the neighborhood.
Well, I tried a lot of things, and a lot of things didn't work out. First, I wanted to be a graffiti artist. Then I got arrested at Kew Gardens, trying to bomb the inside of the train. So I was like, you know what, I like graffiti, but I ain't trying to go to jail for this stuff. So then I tried to do the breakdancing thing, but I couldn't get my windmills. So I wasn't too good at that. So I was like, let me try this rap thing. And then I went to Baisley Park and I started rapping. And all my friends was selling crack. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that because they're getting arrested. And I'm like, girls.
Right.
And there's no girls in jail. So I put that together, like, I don't wanna be there. I started cutting hair. I picked up a pair of clippers and I had a line out my father's crib. My father was like, yo, bro, you can't do this. Because I started cutting hair for free and everybody started coming to my father's house.
Cool.
And it was a line outside to a point where he's like, yo, you gotta go to the barber shop. And this old man named Joe from Rockaway Boulevard, he put me on.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna let you cut hair on Saturdays after it closes. You can bring your crew or whatever. So I was cutting hair, sweeping hair and all of that. And then I met this dude named Terry. It was Terry and Joe's barbershop, right? Terry was the young guy. He got a barbershop on Lakewood Boulevard, Lakewood. That was the first barbershop. And I started cutting hair on Lakewood. And everybody was coming through here. Coochie Rap, Rakim. I mean, everybody was coming through here. I was cutting Rakim hair. I mean, the whole Supreme team, a lot of those dudes was, one dude was a little kid, had monkeys, like Supreme from 40 Projects. His son came in with a monkey on his shoulder. I'm like, yo, this is. And then Jamal was one of the barbers who worked at Terry's and Joe's. He was into the whole Afrocentric thing. He was doing designs and people here. He used to work at a barbershop called Knapp's in Brooklyn. And Knapp's was like one of the illest, like, African barbershops in Brooklyn, and they was doing designs in there. And I would go to Knapp's and just look at these dudes for like hours. I would go to Astor Place in the Village, look at these dudes for hours, just looking at the haircuts. And I'd be like, I'm better than these dudes. I'm better than these dudes. I just wanted to be the best barber ever. And then I took it to Jamaica Avenue and I turned it up. And I was the first one in and the last one out, cutting hair. Like I had it like clockwork, like you 2:30, you 3:30. Like I worked it out. It was a business. And I made a lot of money cutting hair, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to be fly, fresh, and not go to jail because I was cutting all the drug dealers here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they was tipping me crazy.
What is it about Queens? You just described to me that Queens hustle. You went and you observed what other people was doing. You said, I could do better than that. And then I'm going to make it a business. Like some people get it for a passion. They don't make it a business.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, man. I was looking at it from the numbers point of view. Like how many heads can I cut a day, and how much it's gonna cut. So I was doing a lot of design cuts where everybody was just doing fades. I was doing the designs. So nobody could do designs. I'm the only one that could do designs. Me and my dude Waterbed Reg, he was nice. It was me and Waterbed Reg. We was double trouble. Nobody in New York could rock with us. We had dudes coming from Bronx, Staten Island. We was the dudes, for real. We made papers and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just was looking at it as a business standpoint, how much money I could make. And I was just going home with knots every day, big knots. And it was like, who could make the most money? It was a competition between me and Waterbed Reg. You know what I'm saying? And I was winning.
So you meet Jam Master Jay. How do you get to Def Jam?
Well, when we met Jay, he didn't have a label at the time. He was like, yo, you know where to get some weed? We was going to Princess Black. Sorry, but true story. That was our love. Me and Jay had a love for cannabis. And if you see the front cover of the Source magazine, I had a headband on with weed on it. That's just me. And I'm gonna just keep it real. That's just always been me. I think I might be related to Bob Marley or something. You know what I'm saying? But when Jay got his deal, he put us on. He put this group called Family on first. And they had a song called Runs in the Family. Me and Sticky wrote that record.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It runs in the family.
Whole family. They from Patterson.
They from Patterson, New Jersey. They was like the Jackson 5. They was R&B, you know. And Jay was like, yo, I want you to write this record. I was like, I don't write R&B. He was like, come to the studio. We wrote the record for Family. They made a video for it. We actually in the video, you know, we still had dreads at the time. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have the boy heads at the time. And when he got his deal at Def Jam, he brought us with him. Gave us a couple of dollars, you know. For me, it wasn't no money.
Yeah.
It was about the love. It was about, yo, we with Def Jam. We get to wear a Def Jam jacket.
Right.
The first day we was there, we saw Flavor Flav. We saw Flavor Flav the first day. He's like, Onyx! I'm like, yo, this is Flavor. Yo, incredible, man. And from then, all the artists show love to us. The LLs. If you listen to 14 Shots to the Dome from LL, you hear the Onyx influence. You know what I mean? Because we was changing the game. If you see Run DMC Down with the King album, they all had bald heads.
Right.
Because we brought that to the game. You know what I'm saying? We changed it. You know what I mean? And they were the older dudes. They were staying relevant. You know what I mean? But we was taking stuff from them too. Shut Them Down, Public Enemy. Shut Them Down, like one of our biggest records. Rest in peace to DMX. But we was taking from them and they was taking from us. That's what hip hop is. We take a ball from each other. We flip it. We turn it around. We look at Dapper Dan. What he did for Gucci. That's hip hop.
So you get out. You're on the road. In the book, there's some on the road stories. Some funny on the road stories. I was like, he's revealing a lot. Can you give us one that we can talk about in public?
Yo, so our first tour was with Brand Nubians, right? So they're like, you guys got a van, Brand Nubians got a van. We're gonna just run across America. Cool, I'm fans of Brand Nubians, punks jump up to get beat down, big fans of those dudes. So we was rocking out at the shows, but Sticky, every time we go into like a 7-Eleven or something, for some reason, the potato chip stand is getting knocked over, or something is like he's just wrecking every 7-Eleven across America. You know what I'm saying? So Brand Nubian, they had to get to the 7-Eleven before we got there, because if they, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was kind of that was the PG story.
Yeah, that was the PG story. you know, from your journeys and this is the early '90s. You know, like music game has changed a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, from you made back, you know, that was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a little bit more like they just throw stuff out and whatever happens, happens. I mean, you had a little bit of help because you had, that's a lot of help to have Jam Master Jay in your corner. There's young people out here now want to make music, you know, how do they do that?
I think the young people now have a better chance than we did. When you look at it 30 years from now, young man or artists out there, control your masters, because in 30 years, it's going to count. Because a lot of artists came in the game and they didn't control their masters. And 30 years later, they not getting paid for their hard work. And somebody else, kids is going to private school. Somebody else got the big crib off of their hard work, because it just was different back in the days. And you know, business, we didn't know what we was doing when we first started. We just wanted to get in the game, so we just wanted to sign a contract and get in the game. And oh my God, this guy's Jeff Harris. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here today. Make some noise for Jeff Harris, please. This is my first manager. My first manager, Jeff Harris.
Come on, Jeff, cut it out. Come on over here, man.
Still getting money. Still getting money.
Hip hop pioneer Jeff Harris, y'all. Give him a round of applause once again. Hold on, Jeff.
Straight up, man.
Come over here, Jeff. Sit down here.
Yeah, let's get Jeff in here, man.
But I gotta say everybody one thing. This man broke it. No. He exposed it. We wouldn't know about it if it wasn't exposed. So that's a whole nother avenue that needs to be credited. And we all need to understand that. And another thing, hip hop, they say, started in the Bronx. Queens, Jamaica, Brooklyn, Manhattan. That's like telling me sex started in the Bronx. Sex started everywhere. Same thing with hip hop. So stop saying hip hop started in the Bronx. You feel? But this man here, the major labels, we are with the big boys. You know, when time to release that product, killed him out. And but for him, we wouldn't have made no money. Now you're right or wrong.
So wait. So come on, Jeff. You see, he always do this to me, right? You tell us why Fredro and them was so important, man.
I think because number one, they had a type of energy that young people wanted to be like, but they showed them how to do it in a way where you could do it and make a living off it. And at the same time, just being so creative as young dudes, you know what I mean? And still today, it's important that young people, even this group here, I think the groups that come out today, they're good, but at the same time, there's more to just the records. You know what I mean? See, so they prove to me and the world that their creative energy can touch it. And it did touch the whole world. It still is touching. So that's what's important. The examples that this group has set, you know. I found them. I was a New York City garbage man. And every time I come on that block on the route, they run up to my truck talking about they rappers. I said, well, why ain't you on TV? We ain't got no money. Took my little money, went to Dr. York's studio. It was history after that, you know what I mean? But I know, but at the same time, where's Robert Brown? Robert Brown, this is the guy that put me in the business. This gentleman right here. Let me tell you a little of my history. I changed 50 Cent's name from C Block to 50 Cent. I put Ashanti and Ja Rule together. I started Russell Simmons' career financially. Matter of fact, I got with my black man.
Can I hold something?
Go ahead.
Since you did all that, man, can I hold something? About to tap his pockets, man. Did all that.
Hold up. So now there's a lot of people that don't know you. Hold on, Fredro. There's a lot of people that don't know you as a rapper, but they know you as a movie star.
Yeah.
And a TV star.
Yeah.
Make some noise for his
What's that?
I got this for Ralph, y'all.
What's that?
Go. Thank
Let's
you,
go.
brother. I appreciate
go,
you.
brother.
The go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. Rock that. Definitely.
If he exposed us, we would be in. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
And I'm serious. If he didn't listen, when we knew our exposure was getting ready to happen out of Sony, yo, we ran home, put on music video vibes.
That's right.
4:30.
4:30.
You know, so this brother needs a shirt. Look, I need a shirt again. Show the people that shirt. That shit said the go.
The go.
And the reason the money's around it, because we made some damn money. 'Cause, you know what I mean? So that's a good thing. But anyway, movie star. I used to push this dude, go for reads. And then, and he'd go for a read. And after a read, I make sure I go speak to the casting director and say, yo, get this dude a shot, man. You know, I'm a man, so I'm hustling. Give him a shot. Make you know, got the part. Terrence Howard, same thing. You know, I helped break his career. He had Sunset Park, Terrence. And